Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tactical Debates with your favorite Reshiram host, Imperatordavius. Coming to you live with yet another Tactical Debate. I think I just said that. But joining me today for this lovely discussion is a friend of mine. Well, his name is Cosmic. Hello, Cosmic. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, it's good to be on here.
Alright, now that we've gotten the introduction out of the way, on to the debate. Today's topic: the Sun and Moon leaks in terms of spoilers. So, I'm not sure if I'm sure you've been keeping up with Sun Moon's news, Cosmic, but with the recent release of the demo, and since the official game release is now 10 days away, now it's as good a time as any to talk about this problem that seems to have cropped up among the community that is trying to avoid as much spoilers about the game as physically possible. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I do, actually.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I myself am avoiding as many story spoilers, but like the plague. I mean, but it's so hard to avoid it nowadays with everyone talking about it. I mean, at like some point on Twitch, someone said he was going to be streaming the full game like 12 days or so before the release on Twitch, and before he was gonna go live with the game, he had like 30,000 people watching him at one point, and Twitch shut him down instantly. But how do you with all the data mining that's been that's happened with the demo leaking new Pokemon that weren't officially revealed, shiny sprites, and little new Pokemon that weren't supposed to be in the demo, and stats and stuff, and a lot of other things happening. This has been a topic that's really pecked my fedora. If you get the idea, you do, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. So, with all the recent data mine, let's start off with the data mine. In all honesty, when Sun and Moon's demo was released, do you honestly think Nintendo wanted to, give that much information with the demo? Do you think it was possible that they just put all that information in the demo just so we could data mine it or something? It doesn't seem
like a trap.
Yeah, like a trap. It doesn't seem like something Nintendo would do. This is not like 1990 or so when
It isn't.
Yeah, I know. This isn't like 1990 where you could release a demo and people couldn't like data mine or hack into it to get so much information out of it. No, this is 2016 going 2017. We gamers are not a bunch of idiots. We're not just gonna sit patiently. We're gonna dig as much information as we possibly can. Do you think Nintendo was do you think Nintendo planned all that data to be in the demo from the start, or what do you think, Cosmic?
I think they didn't. Like, someone tells me that they didn't want to leak that much data in the demo. Like, they didn't properly scrub it enough, like they did with Auras.
Yeah, Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It's just so much information that was leaked. This Fedora Wearing Reshiram, he likes a good leak every now and then. Maybe a little sneak peek or something. But they left so much in the demo that literally weeks before the game was to come out, people had the official game released to them from the data mining. That's just.
Well,
I highly doubt someone uploaded.
Demo,
yeah, I highly.
7 Dex was released.
Well, there was also. I tried to avoid as much as possible, but I went to the I browsed YouTube, and I'm seeing people uploading full gameplay of Sun and Moon, and before the game's officially released. I highly doubt someone played 10 hours of the demo for straight and uploaded it to YouTube. I mean, I highly doubt there's that much time in the demo. That's just
some
me.
stores just broke street date. They released it earlier than they should have.
Well,
And that's how people got their hands on the full game.
Which really sucks for those of us who have to wait until official release date. But my goodness, I mean, do you think? And that brings us into another one, which is the official release date and when other people get their release dates. I mean, do you think that Nintendo probably should have possibly communicated a little better with that? I mean, some stores releasing the game before others. I mean, it's just not really. Yeah, go ahead, Cosmic.
I think they can only do so much. Like the moment those copies go to the stores, they cannot do anything about it. All they can do is just hand them the copies, tell them to put them on the shelves on this exact date, and that's it. That's all they could do. It's up to the store to follow those rules or not.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, let's move on this little debate and move into our next topic, which is the full Alolan Pokédex release or leak something. Yeah, Alolan Dex release. Do you think Nintendo wanted that? That seems really strange that they would purposefully leave the entire Pokédex in the demo. I mean, it seems odd to me, to this Reshiram, but what do you think, Cosmic? Do you think it was done on purpose? Perhaps it doesn't seem like it was done on purpose.
It was far from it being intentional.
Yeah, I suppose it is possible. It doesn't seem like something that they would do on purpose, but at the same time, maybe they could. Maybe it was done on purpose, but this is Nintendo we're talking. Yeah, this is Nintendo we're talking about here. It can't have been, a simple whoopsie. That's a big whoopsie if that's the case.
No different than the Chinese leaks when they leaked the final starters.
Yeah, well,
someone got fired for that.
Sure, someone did get fired for that, but even so, the community did react to it in a certain way, like with skepticism. I mean, we didn't exactly, say, "Hey, these must be real." No, we kind of thought maybe perhaps it wasn't real. I mean, we were skeptic at first. And it wasn't only until certain Chinese leaks turned out to be true did we actually consider the possibility that these may be the starters. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, the whole skepticism on the confirmed leaks I would say that we could blame the whole Smash Brothers Rayman incident, where some artists just quote-unquote leaked photos of Rayman being in Smash Brothers. People would just brushed it off as real, and then suddenly, he just came out and said, "I made it all up." He fooled us all.
Yeah, that is true.
And to me, people were like, at that point, do not be skeptical about everything unless it's 100% confirmed true from there on in. Because of him.
Alright, so let's move on to our next little question, which is, were all of these leaks that have, transpired, given brushed out to us, and basically data mined to the Pokemon community as a whole. What do you think about that? What do you think? Was that like a good thing for the community, or do you think like maybe not so good when it comes to hyping this game that supposedly has been culminating 20 years of Pokemon games into one thing? Like perhaps 20 generations, or not 20 generations, 6 generations into this super awesome new game, for example. Do you think it was, and do you think all these leaks would hurt more than help more? What do you think?
I say it's more of an inevitable thing with the technology we have these days. We are able to get our everything at the. Hold on.
We're able to get.
But yeah,
We're able
leaks
to.
nowadays are inevitable at this point. I mean, it's not like it would hinder everything. It would not hinder the influence of buying the game. I'm still gonna buy the game.
I know, but for some of us who buy it for the story element, that would actually, really ruin the experience for us. I mean, outside of the official Nintendo leaks, the non-official non-official leaks, the Chinese Final Starter leaks, all that stuff, that actually really ruins the experience for a lot of people. What's your opinion what's your opinion on that, for that side of the story? Like, do you think
Well,
it's
unlike other people, I handle spoilers very differently from the average person.
well?
Like when I see spoilers, I'm more like, I want to know what happened, what chain of events caused this to lead up to this point of it in this time.
Well,
You can say
is
it
one.
makes me want to experience it even more.
Yeah, that is definitely one way to work at it from the average Joe, and me speaking for the average Joe. I try to avoid any spoilers as much as possible so that I can, go into it blind-eyed, experience it for the first time, and, all that fun jazz. I mean, I played Emerald, the game Emerald, before I played Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. I purchased Alpha Sapphire, but before I played Alpha Sapphire, I played Emerald simply because, you know what? I haven't played Pokemon in ages, and I happen to have a copy of Emerald from my younger years, and have not played it since. So I started up a fresh copy. I loved it. Played through to the end. Then I got into Alpha Sapphire, and it was the storyline sorta synced up, but at the same time, it was like a whole new experience. Like, I did not realize I could get Latias to join my team. I mean, I was expecting a huge battle or something, but no, Latias joined my team. I wasn't expecting Mega Evolution. I didn't know anything about that. I did know about, Kyogre's primal form, so that was a new experience. But for those of us who are going into Sun and Moon, trying to avoid all these spoilers, I mean, some people are actually, uploading gameplay footage, and they're not even trying to hide the fact that there's a siren in the background. Stupid police siren.
Well, the gameplay should not be. Well, it's practically the same.
Yeah, but people aren't even hiding it from the thumbnails. I mean, that's one of the things. They're not hiding like story elements from their thumbnails. Like, I can understand if they're uploading gameplay footage, and I can respect that. But if you're gonna upload something, at least try to make it as spoiler free as possible. put up a bland, generic thumbnail of like the background of Sun and Moon with the words "Let's play Sun and Moon," blah blah blah, part 1 or 77 or something. But they're not even doing that.
Unfortunately, like the thumbnail you mentioned, unfortunately, with the current state of YouTube, that does not bring in views.
Yes, well, some of us some of us see it, but in any case, let's move on. We're starting to run over our 20-minute time limit. We always run over our time limit on these tactical debates. But in any case, moving on, the next little gremlin topic, the stat leaks. I mean, you've told me a few stat leaks. I've tried to avoid as many of them as possible, with exception to a few, quote unquote, that I'm really interested in hearing about. For the competitive community, now I'm gonna speak into the competitive community for these spoilers and leaks. Do you think it was wise of Nintendo to leave stat leaks and such in the demo and such?
It wasn't. To clarify, the stats weren't leaked from the demo. The stats were leaked from the full release games being with the street date being broken. Those stats were leaked from the full game, not the demo.
Oh boy! All right, well, so much for that little topic. But same question: Do you think that was again a good? Do you think that was good or bad for the community as a whole? You know, with this early knowledge from from unaffiliated sources to give these these leaks and such to the community before the game is officially released.
Well, I would say that the leaks would overall be good, as as this gives the competitive community time to prepare for stats and movesets for the Gen 7 Pokemon.
Yes, but that leads into our final little problem that also has recently cropped up. I mean, I'm not going to point any fingers, but apparently we aren't going to be free of hackers for the first 2 months or so. In terms of Pokemon, in terms of like hacked gen and Pokemon for Sun and Moon.
Yeah, that's an inevitability.
Yes, well, I mean, there was some hope among the community that we wouldn't have to deal with all these hacked and genned Pokemon with like the recent correct me if I'm wrong, there was like a new mechanic or something that would allow us to increase or IV train our Pokemon.
Hyper training.
Yeah, hyper training. There we go. That would allow us to increase the IVs of a certain Pokemon or something. This is well, you get what I mean. A certain Pokemon that we want to increase, which means there's some hope for those of us who had bad shinies or those good shinies with bad IVs. Now there's some hope for us to bring them into the competitive scene. Man, my poor little.
It just legitimizes. It just makes hacking just more easier instead of an alternative form of. This is the only way you could get the objectively best Pokemon.
Yeah, but what I'll never understand. But that's a topic for another debate. So ending. Let's end this little debate because we're now starting to run way over our time, our 20-minute time limit. We always run over our time limit here. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But final closing statements before I, the Fedora Wearing Reshiram, give the final verdict on the topic of leaks being good or bad for Nintendo and the Pokemon community as a whole. So, what do you think, Cosmic? Were these leaks good or bad for the community as a whole?
Well, as I said before, it's overall good as it gives the competitive players more time to prepare move sets, stat distributions, and item optimization for the competitive community. And it does not affect the casual community as they will not care for such stat changes or mechanics. They'll just play the game as it is and will still equally love it.
Alright, and speaking for the other side of the coin, these leaks aren't exactly the smartest thing that Nintendo could have done. I mean, they could have done a lot better with their management and making sure nothing was leaked that should not have been. We're looking at the Sun and Moon demo and all the data mining. They really need to work on that. And obviously the Chinese leaks, I mean, I approached them with skepticism, like a lot of members of the community, but the moment we saw that something was true,
even if
that's when we all started to think, maybe they're right. And the Chinese leaks included more than just the start of Final Evolutions. No, they included a lot more stuff, and that stuff was really spoiler to the storyline. And
I was still surprised by the Decidueye stats when it was officially revealed.
I can hear you, but let's try to keep that out of this little thing. So, so as the final verdict for these leaks, this Reshiram has to look at the truth and say that these leaks are generally a good thing for the community based on this little debate. Yes, Nintendo could have done a little better. Yes, they could have, made sure nothing that should not have been leaked or spoiled or anything like that wasn't leaked and spoiled. They could have probably done a little better with management over, making sure these things weren't, or the game wasn't, released early or something. And they could be doing a lot better job of taking down, gameplay footage of the game before it, that's being posted before the thing, or before the official date release. But Nintendo is a company. They are not omnipotent. They're not omniscient. They're not everything. They're not everywhere. So, in short, all these leaks are, generally a thumbs up. Some of them thumbs down. But hey, most of us are probably a little smarter to avoid certain spoilers. If you're going onto YouTube and looking for a Sun and Moon gameplay footage before you actually have the game and before it's been released, you know what the hell you're looking for. And if you're not, then you will avoid those spoilers. So thank you again, Cosmic. Thank you again for all your help. Thank you for helping me with my math calculations with the Poplio and Poplio Brion debate video, or not Poplio. No. The hackers. There we go. The hacker debate video. Thank you for those calculations, and thank you again for joining us here on the show. Hope to have you here again sometime in the future, maybe.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into another Tactical Debate. This is Imperatordavius. I will see you all next time on Tactical Debate. Bye-bye.